morning, everybody. How are you? Grandma Nancy here at the Grand Rapids Area Library. I've been gone for a couple months, but I see you did some really cool projects the last 2 months with Miss Diana, which is awesome, and she's a friend. So I know how she does her stuff, and looks like you had a really good time. I saw the examples, so good for you. If you didn't do those projects, you can probably still access them online through the library. They're great projects. I'm happy to be back though. And so today we're gonna do a fun project that I really enjoy doing. We're gonna mix an art project with math, which sounds kind of funny, but it's gonna work out really well. Math is based on patterns, and art is based on patterns too, in a very general sense for both of them. So this will be fun. You're gonna use math skills and art skills and come up with a really cool project. If you haven't picked up your packet yet, you can send an adult down to the Grand Rapids Area Library and get your packet. And we'll see what's in here today. Let's see what's in here. Oh, good, looks nice. You probably recognize what this is. This is a ruler. We're gonna not measure with it. We're just gonna use it as a straight edge to draw straight lines. So I'll probably reference it as a straight edge because we're not using it to measure today. And then, ooh, nice set of markers, very colorful. 8 different colors in there. And a pencil, perfect. And then we have our exciting canvas. We have 2 of these, and this is a geometric shape. Some of you might know what geometric shape it is, but let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you have a figure that is 6 sides and it's closed, a closed figure with 6 sides is a hexagon. And the sides don't have to be even, but this is called a regular hexagon because the sides are even. So I will reference this as our hexagon. And you have 2 of them, which is really fun. I'll show you a project that I like to do, but there's all kinds of different options that you can do with these hexagons. So I'll show you some other things that you could do. All right, so I'm gonna get my area set up, and we're using markers today, so you probably don't need newspaper underneath. I'll just show you right now what it's gonna look like when it's done. It's pretty cool. Okay, so if you wanna get set up with your paper, your straight edge, your pencil, and your wonderful markers. The wonderful colored markers. Okay, and we will be ready to go. All right, so here I have my hexagon, my straight edge marker, and my pencil. So we're gonna work with these corners, and each corner is called a vertex. So I might use that word too. That's a vertex. It's just where the 2 lines meet and form an angle. It's right at that point. We are going to draw a line from one vertex to another vertex, but we're gonna do it systematically so we can keep track of where we're at. And I'll just show you what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna put a little small X here so I know that's where I'm starting. You don't have to do that, but it's helpful. And then again, I'm not gonna measure, so it doesn't matter if I'm using the side with inches or the sides with centimeters. It doesn't matter. I just want it for a straight edge, which means I'm probably not going to use it like that. It's a little easier if you make your line in. So again, we're going to go from vertex to vertex. Right here, if I'm working around this way, that line is already drawn, right? So I'm not going to draw that line because there's already a line there. So then my next vertex is down here. And I put my finger down there. And I like to line it up as closely as I can. Now when you're holding your ruler or your straight edge, you want to hold it down tightly and spread your fingers out so it won't move. If you are like this, that end might move. So you want to hold it tightly with your fingers spread out so it doesn't move. Now some of you have, small hands, and so if you have brother or sister, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, if you have somebody that can help hold the ruler for you while you do it, it's very helpful. Kids often, when I do this at school, will help one another hold the ruler. So I have a nice straight line. I went from here to here, that was already drawn. Now I'm going from this vertex to that vertex. So I want to go back to my starting point, which is up here. That's my starting point. And going around the hexagon in the same direction, I would go down here. And I need to line up my corners, hold my straight edge tightly, and make my straight line. We already have a cool design, don't we? Okay, so I went there, then this is my next spot, right? So I'm going to line it up again, hold it tightly, and make a nice straight line. That looks cool right like that, doesn't it? Okay, so we started at this vertex. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to move down to this one. And I'm going to put a little X there so I know that's where I start. I'm going to work around the hexagon in the same direction. So if I go from this vertex to this vertex, one corner to another corner, that line's already drawn, so I don't have to draw it. So then I'm going to go, that line's drawn, I'm going to go to this corner, from one corner to the other, line it up, hold it tightly, and draw my line. Wow, I'm loving it already. Okay, so the next vertex is over here. So this time, it basically goes right across. Hold it tightly. There you go. Use my finger so I don't get lost. Follow the line up to the next vertex. And then draw the line. There we go. Now, that line's already drawn, so I don't do anything. I'm gonna move, staying in the same direction, I'm gonna move to this corner or this vertex right there, okay? And again, you don't have to draw those X's, they just help me out. Okay, this line from this vertex to this vertex is already there for us, so I don't do anything, right? So I take my finger, this is the next vertex I want to go to. Sometimes it helps to just keep your finger on that corner until you're ready to match up the corners and you draw your straight line. I'm going to go up here and match up, draw my line. Okay, now my next vertex would be over here, right? So when I put the straight edge to match it up there. I have the straight edge matching it up. The line's already drawn. The line has already been drawn, so I'm not going to draw a line there. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna let you pause now for a second. You can see a shape or a design forming, right? You can see that. You see these points, and then we're gonna finish that on the way around, okay? So I was there. Now I'm gonna go here, follow right like that. This line from this vertex to this vertex is already drawn for us. So I don't have to do that, right? So I'm gonna go from here up to here. And I'm gonna get it lined up nicely. And then I'm gonna hold my ruler tightly and I'm gonna come down, okay? So now I know that it's done because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points that are divided in half. I have my design. I only did 4 points, but if I were to do the rest, I'll just show you, don't draw anything here. This vertex is already connected to that one. That vertex is already connected to that one. That vertex is connected to that one. Connected here, and already connected there. So we're done now with this. And if you need to go back to any point and pause the video, you can do that, okay? So the point is, again, you want to connect each vertex around the hexagon until you have completed to this point, okay? So now, if you need to work on this a little bit, go ahead, but I'm gonna start coloring, okay? So you can, use whatever colors you want to use. This girl picked purple and pink and blue. They kind of all go together with a color theme. You can do warm colors, you can do cool colors. You can do whatever you want to do. I think I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna do, let's see, these 3 colors. But these colors would look great together. You just decide. And you could use all your colors, just make some kind of a pattern. We wanna make some kind of a pattern so we see the parts stick out like that. So like here, she did pink, then she did purple, then she did pink, then she did purple, pink, purple, like that, okay? And I think I'll start with red. It doesn't matter, does not matter where you start. So when I'm gonna color with marker, I like to do the edge first because it helps me stay in those lines. So I do the edge first, and then I'm gonna go one direction. I'm not gonna go back and forth like you do with crayon. I'm just gonna do one direction, and if you miss a little white, you just go back and get it. And then it's nice and smooth, okay? So I did that corner red, right? Now I'm gonna do the same thing on this point, and you don't have to do it like this. You can, start other colors right away, But I'm gonna do this so I make sure I have somewhat of a theme. And I'll turn it again. And turn it again. See how I missed that white, so you just like touch it up. But you see how the lines are all going in the same direction? It's easier when you color with markers to do it like this. And turn it again. Okay, so I have, you can already see it's looking pretty cool. What do I want to do now? Now I think I'm going to take yellow and I'm going to do this one yellow all the way around again. So I'll have yellow and red on these points. If you want to start getting yours colored, go ahead and start coloring that. And I'll just keep working on this a little bit here. You can see maybe a little dark right there. That happens because of the pencil. So I'm just gonna realize that that pencil's gonna smear a little bit, and I'll try not to pull it in. And it's fine. It's totally fine, so it doesn't matter that it does. These are nice markers for coloring. You're not using the tip, you're using the side of the marker, really. And so you can get your things and start coloring. Now I'm going to color all these orange. Ooh, isn't that nice orange? Love it. It's so nice. It flows really well too. Love that. And we'll go over here. Ooh, that is nice. You take your time too. I just, because I do this kind of stuff so often, I go a little fast sometimes, but you don't have to. You have a lot of time. Sometimes I'll put it away and finish it later. So if you get tired of coloring, you can put it away and do something else and then come back to it. And we'll turn here. while I'm coloring this last one, I'm thinking, what am I gonna do in the middle? What am I gonna do in the middle? I don't really know yet. Okay, so now I have my middle, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections, and again, it is a hexagon, 6 sides. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try some brown. I usually don't use brown or black so much for these kinds of things, but I think it's gonna look really nice. Whoops. I got off on that, didn't I? And coming down. So I'm gonna go every other one brown. Every other one brown. You know, when you're done with this, if you want, you can leave it on this paper, or, I almost did the wrong one, you can cut it out too if you want. It looks pretty cool when it's cut out. And if you really wanted to, you could color the background in also. Okay, what color do you think I should use for the other ones? I'm thinking of using yellow, but I also kind of want to use orange because I think that orange is so sharp and I feel like it'll pull together. I'm going to use orange. Just a little bit of white there. And again, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna turn it. I do like that orange, I do. I think that was a good choice. I do the edges. And then I just bring it down one direction, nice and evenly. And I missed that. There we go. And again. One direction. There, it's finished. Isn't that fun? All right, I told you that I was gonna show you some other things you could do with your second one. You can just have fun with it. And again, we went from one vertex to the other all the way around. You could do something where you're going to go straight across. So I divide it in half, and then I'm gonna go this way too. So there's 2 corners left like that. Okay, I divided it like that, and then I'm gonna go straight across here. So basically what you have done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. I divided it in half that way, that way, that way. I went straight across like that. So that's just kind of fun. Then you might decide that you want to, let's see, you might want to go like that. So what I went from here to here, I'm gonna go from here, I'm gonna do the same thing up here, okay? So now I have, I like it. I went from here to here, here to here, okay? Well, what else could I do? You don't even have to go from vertex to vertex. I can take the center here and I can go from side to side. And I know I have it perfectly because it's, you know, I went right through the center there. And I could even do from here to here. That looks pretty cool. Here to here. So then I could turn it like this. You know, just, this one is just for kind of playing with it, what you want to do. Do something and you get a really cool design, right? Okay. I hope you have fun with it and spend your time. You can do the first one and then save the other one for later or whatever you want to do. All right. Thank you. See you next time.